I'm seeing that the NBA had advised Damian Lillard and his agent that any future comments about him wanting to play for Miami could potentially be subject to some type of discipline, like there's some type of tampering situation going on. BA, what's your thoughts about this reaction from the NBA? And are you surprised Portland hasn't made this deal happen for Dame?
Nah, this is all smoke and mirrors, man. Dame, when it comes to this specific situation, you can't blame nobody but Dame. Dame is the one that got suckered into answering a question. And the question was, which team do you want to play for today? Oh, no question, the Miami Heat. Bam's my guy. Bam's my guy. This is all on Damian Lillard. And we all know that they do not have the pieces. They don't have the pieces to switch in and to trade for him. If they get a third team, possibly, but don't nobody want to see him in Miami go to the East Coast and do what he gonna do over there. Don't nobody want to see that.
This is a horrible look right now, if you ask me, for Portland as an organization. Because why would you want to go into training camp, especially when you got guys like Scoot Henderson and these young guys who you're looking to develop? Why would you want to go into training camp with a guy like Damian Lillard, who you know is the best player, but doesn't even plan on being on your team? I just think that's a bad look having him still on the roster when training camps start, bro. I am very surprised and disappointed that Portland didn't do whatever it took to appease Damian Lillard's request. Now, we know this is just a business. So in any other circumstance, I don't have any problem with the franchise or the organization doing what's best for them specifically. But you're talking about a team that is going nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. Nowhere. There's no other stars or superstars that's want to come to Portland as a marketplace right now and build for the next couple of years. So I'm just thinking, bro, out of the loyalty and commitment that Dame has shown, why would you guys not want to make sure that he lands in a place that put him in a position of success? But like Ms. J said, you know, the loyalty really doesn't mean anything. And that really disappoints me. What's your thoughts, Ms. J, on the NBA saying that if this keeps up, they're going to, you know, hold some discipline on Damian Lillard?
I agree with BA. He didn't have to answer the question. He could have just simply said, I'm exploring my options.
But Dame get these questions every year.
He could have been impartial. He didn't have to directly say the Heat. He didn't have to say Bam's his guy. Like, and then he made the comment that he didn't want to play with. He said definitely he didn't want to stay if they drafted Scoot Henderson. I did see that, and I'm like, why not? Why not? Because unless they do a 3-team trade, that's the only way you're going to end up in Miami. So what you going to do? Sit out?
Philip in the building. Philip says a team can trade a player at any time. Well, that's not all the way true, Phil. You know, you got the trade deadline, so there definitely comes a point where deals are off. Hank, what's your thoughts though, bro, on the NBA saying this? And are you surprised that Damian is still in the Trailblazers uniform at this point?
I am. I think that maybe the reason it's taking so long is because he mentioned that only Miami could be the destination. Otherwise, the deal would have been done already. And it don't make sense for them to just get pennies on a dollar for Dame Lillard. He's a Hall of Famer and a star player still. So, you know, and the league is doing this because of, you know, tampering and all that other stuff. They got to come down on him. He made it public, which he shouldn't have.
I just feel like if Portland would have took care of this shit a little while ago, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I don't know what the hell the holdup is, for real. And I'm going to be even honest. I don't see Damian Lillard going to Miami and the Heat being an automatic favorite, even in the Eastern Conference, to go to the NBA Finals or to win it. I think they become a solid favorite or competitor, but I don't think that automatically puts them over the hump. And realistically, Portland, you're not going to get equal value back for Damian Lillard. You might as well hang that thought up. There's no equal trade value in Miami for him. And even if you include a third team like the Brooklyn Nets, it's still not going to equate to the same thing, bro. I just feel like Portland should just build around the young guys, get whatever they can get, and just be rid of this relationship because it's obviously he doesn't want to be there. So I just don't understand why they keeping this guy under contract, knowing that he's not more than likely going to stay. And if they don't trade him, how is the start of Portland going to be? Like it's just a recipe for disaster, if you ask me, bro.
I don't think he's gonna come in like James Harden with a pot belly, but he is gonna be middle.
So if he doesn't get traded, you think that he's still going to fall into line of protocol? He's not going to be any type of disruption.
He's gonna be professional, but he's gonna be moping a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play, but he's gonna have attitude. So it's like Dame with an attitude, he's still gonna go out there and play, or we still with the saga of trade him but don't get nothing hardly back in return. Kind of like how the Wizards did with Bradley Beal. You basically traded him and you ain't get hardly jack back in return.
But don't you think Portland would be setting up Damian Lillard for failure, Miss J, if they didn't trade him, right? And let's say he decides to play, and like Hank said, he's gonna be professional, but he's gonna be moping and he's gonna be saying little indirect comments and things like that. How is that good for this young culture of the Trailblazers, of what they stuck with? Like, how is that good for Anthony Simon and Scoot to watch Damian Lillard with that type of behavior and energy when he asked months ago to be traded? And then you got to feel like a player, damn, if Portland won't appease Damian Lillard's request, I don't have no fucking hope of having my say mean anything in this city. Like, yo, I just feel like, yo, this is the worst move for Portland.
True.
It should have been handled on draft night when they knew they was gonna get Scoop.
Yes.
You should have made the trade.
I don't know what you holding on to Damian Lillard for. You're not going to get nothing of equal value. You're not. To me, you're just making yourself look bad, and you're going to cause other superstars to never want to come to play with Portland. Because if they did Damian Lillard like this, bro, they would do anybody like that. I just don't understand, because the Trailblazers, to me, is in no position to be winning anything in the next couple years, with or without Damian Lillard.
I like the way Portland is looking right now. I like their youth right now. I really do. I like their youth.
Do you like Portland's youth better than Houston?
No, I don't like their youth better than Houston, but I still like their youth though. They have a nice, especially with Simon, especially if they bring back Simon in that backcourt with them. I like their youth. They can go get something for Dame, but you got to understand, Dame getting paid $55 million for the next 3 years, 4 years, and that's a big thing that's blocking them from getting traded too.
So, BA, where do you see this? How does this end? When we are, let's say hypothetically, we're halfway into the season, next season. Where's Damian Lillard playing?
In Portland.
He's still in Portland by the All-Star break. What about Christmas?
I think he's still there by Christmas, and I think they're gonna do kind of like what KD did last year. Remember, KD wanted to be traded, but they had to wait till KD said what he had said, and he started to show how he was unhappy. And I think that's what Dame is gonna have to do. He's gonna have to be pretty much an asshole virtually for the next 3 months of basketball, in order for them to be like, man, let's just get rid of this dude right now. And that's how I see it happening. But as far as
where do you see, don't know. Where do you see Hank Damian Lillard be by Christmas of next season?
It might be a waiting game to him to finally getting to Miami, just like you said with KD finally getting to Phoenix.
Yeah.
After the Kyrie debacle and everything, he might end up in Miami. But wherever he goes, like you said, they got to trade him somewhere where he got a chance to win. If they trade him to some low bottom team, nobody's going to want to come to play in Portland if they do something to him like that.
They walking a real fine line, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. What about you, Miss J? Where do you see Damian Lillard playing? I say by Christmas time.
He's still gonna be in Portland. I hate to say it. I hate to say it because it's like he's so gung ho to go to Miami, but Miami don't have really no pieces that are equivalent to Dame. And to make it really make sense, you need a third team. And then it's like, how long we gonna keep on going with it? Will Dame change his mind if going into training camp and the start of the season that Portland starts off good? Now, he said he didn't want to play with Scoot Henderson, but if they start off the season good, will his trade request kind of like die down?
I'm looking at Scoot's progression being tampered with, keeping Damian Lillard. I don't see them guys doing nothing special. I don't see Dame and Scoot doing something that Dame and CJ couldn't do. I just don't see it, especially in the first year or two. I think Scoot would be better off with a fresh start, with an opportunity to start, learn the system, learn the new system, however they're going to play it. But keeping Damian Lillard, I swear, even though Damian is clearly the best player on the team, I just don't see how that works out for the progression of these young guys, because eventually he's going to be gone. So why not just cut bait now?
Because you still have what Simmons, you have Shaden Sharp. So you have like these young guys that had to kind of like play behind Dame, play behind CJ, and kind of like find their way till like now they're able to contribute. Scoot's gonna have to basically, unfortunately, come in, learn the system with Dame there to start, and kind of figure out how he can help. That's just unfortunate situation how that's gonna have to go.